Guys, I've got for you a ton of secret weapons within Fortnite Season 7, including brand new exotics. Now, before we get into it, guys, if you are enjoying summer and hope that school gets delayed from coming back, leave a thumbs up on the video, but be fast before it starts. But yes, guys, we have got around 6 different brand new weapons and items, and even a brand new boss to talk about, as well as some other fun update stuff that you definitely want to check out. Now, as for the challenge with the comments on last video, the skin was Thor. So I left hearts on a bunch of the comments that got that right, and this time around, let's go with this skin right here. So leave a comment down below if you know the name of it, and I will leave hearts on a bunch of the ones that get that right. On top of that, be sure to use code SIRS in the item shop, and I will leave hearts on a bunch of the comments I see with that. Oh, and also, guys, shout out to my most recent subscribers. Be sure to hit that subscribe button if you want to possibly get a shout out. But without further ado, let's go ahead and jump on into it here. But keeping it going here, guys, let's start talking about some of the brand new weapons that are coming in the future updates of Fortnite, and there are honestly so many of these. I think we've got about, what, 5 or 6 to talk about? But like the first one here, for example, is the plasma shotgun. Now, I want to start out with this one because it's the one that we really know the least amount about. However, we do know that it looks like this right here, so again, it obviously looks like a shotgun and will act like one, but deal like some type of energy blasts to opponents. And what's particularly interesting about this one is that it's actually been in Save the World for quite a long time already. So with that being said, it'll very likely act in the same exact way and look something like this when it actually fires a shot, which honestly looks pretty cool overall. Another weapon here that is really awesome and that I'm pretty excited for is what's called the prop gun. The way that it'll act is very interesting. So first of all, it looks like this right here. I don't think we've seen this yet in the trailers or anything, but it's definitely a very intriguing alien technology type weapon. Now, according to Hypex, he says that it transforms you into props with a cooldown and notifies enemies nearby every 30 seconds. So essentially, it'll act like the prop gun inside of Fortnite Creative, but you'll be able to use it inside of Battle Royale. Now, you've been able to turn into props by going to certain NPCs on the map, but this will give you the ability inside of your inventory, which could be pretty overpowered. So with that being said, I could honestly see it being an exotic weapon because it is such a special ability, and I guess it's not really a weapon because you can't deal damage with it. So who knows, maybe you'll be able to buy it from one of the NPCs on the map, except I don't know who would go about selling it. That's the thing. But yes, guys, hopping into it here with the first thing I want to show you. This is a very cool trick that lets us get inside one of the bunkers. But let's hop into a solo match here. Now, I will say, guys, keep your expectations in check here. You'll see why in just a second. But yeah, we need to go down and grab one of the UFOs. I say we just go for this one here. So here we go. Gotta go fast, grab the UFO, and then fly away. Come on. All right, I think we're good. Now that we have the UFO, we need to head over to this location where the bunker is actually located. Wait, hold on a second. There's a guy just gliding here. Can I catch him while he's in midair? What's going on, buddy? Oh, come on. It won't let me pick him up. No. Oh, poor guy. No, there he goes, flying all the way down. Oh, man. Anyways, back to what we were doing. Since the bunker is underneath that building right there, let's just destroy the building itself right away. Easy peasy, just like that. It is fully gone. And now we have the bunker ready to open up. So yeah, if you go up to the bunker and kind of move around a little bit, there is a section you can actually pick up. It's a little bit tough to get it lined up, but right there we got it. So we're going to use our beam and then pick up the piece, and oh my gosh, it flew away into the ocean, and there you go, we opened up the bunker. But going up to it, there's really nothing there. Come on, it's a little bit disappointing. I mean, there's nothing here. It's a little weird, like the barrier around it, it's still like it's blocked off. Like, as you can see, we're just pickaxing pure air. It's funny that their landmark says question mark though. Isn't that weird? But yeah, they didn't put anything inside of there. That's kind of disappointing. Either way though, we did get to open it up, which is super cool. But hopping back into game, guys, I want to show you another secret that is very interesting that has to do with the future of Season 7. So let's hop into another solo match, and then we'll hop into the rest of the secret weapons and exotics. Now that we're on the map again, we want to head to a specific location where these secrets can be found. It's a little bit of a secret location down here at this building. So we got to glide right past the, like, cabin on top of the mountain and go way back down here. I don't think anybody else landed here, so that's nice. We'll have the place to explore. And you may have gone to this location when you completed one of the week 1 epic quests, or sorry, legendary quests, because it's the location where Bunker Jonesy can be found. But guys, if you take a closer look at everything in here, this location has been changed up completely for season 7. They've added like a bunch of secrets. One of the first things you'll notice is that there's just a ton of rubber duckies in here that Bunker Jonesy seems to think helps him for whatever reason. I mean, they're even inside of here. I'm curious if they give you materials though. Nope, they don't give you anything. They don't even make like a special sound when you break them. What else is cool is that there is a telescope looking outside, seemingly at the UFO. It's a little bit too low, Jonesy. I don't think you're gonna see anything way out there. But by far, guys, the most interesting part is this board, which kind of got updated recently, but you can see that he's making connections between all of these different things, and there's some very interesting pieces on top of here. Like, what even is that right there? Looks like the Milky Way or some gravity type drawing. I don't even know. But more recognizable stuff is like this thing right here, which is clearly the UFO. I can't really tell where it is. Kind of looks like it's at Sweaty Sands, but I'm not sure. Got another picture of a UFO there. You've got this billboard and more Sweaty Sands stuff. Maybe that's where the aliens are going to show up. And actually, check that out right there. I think that is Sweaty Sands. That's like the colored picture of it. So yeah, it looks like Sweaty Sands is going to get some interesting stuff. Although, check out this. It's a picture of the map, and there's some locations that he's marked on it. I wonder if those locations are going to be where certain things show up. And of course, you got some of the characters right here and a potential planet that the aliens are from. So yeah, a lot of cool secrets hidden inside of that board. Now, getting back into it, guys, with the brand new weapons, secret weapons, exotic weapons, mythic ones. We've even still got a boss to talk about. But first of all, let's talk about one of the most interesting ones, the bad news heavy weapon. Now, this one is pretty mysterious because we've seemingly gotten to see it a little bit within the trailer for the battle pass, but it is super hidden. If you pause the trailer at this specific spot, you will see a bunch of characters with a bunch of different weapons, but I noticed that this character over here was carrying a weapon I've never seen before. Now, that is said to be the brand new bad news heavy weapon. Not only that, also if you take a look inside of the Rick and Morty loading screen, you will see Rick holding that same exact weapon, and I mean, it definitely looks like a heavy weapon. But here's where it gets especially interesting, guys. According to Hypex, he put up some stats for this item and said that the upcoming bad news heavy weapon, it's kind of like the UFO's weapon. So for example, you charge the shot for 1.5 seconds, damage is 33 damage for all ranges, you pick it up with 5 ready shots, and it overheats after those 5 shots and cools down after 4 seconds. Not only that, it also does 550 damage to builds, which is a lot of damage. It's definitely going to be good in build fights, that is for sure. So again, we'll likely see that soon, but I don't see it being like an exotic weapon. Probably going to be a normal one. Keeping it going here, guys, the next one is a weapon that has a really weird name. It is literally called the Cowinator. That is right, the Cowinator. Now, what's interesting about this specifically is that it's Rick's item. I think it's from the show or something, but basically it looks like this right here got a very intriguing design to it, and how it works is that it lifts objects and throws them. In fact, we were able to see a preview of this within the Battle Pass trailer. You can literally see Rick picking up an entire car and flinging it towards some enemies. So with that being said, it works pretty similar to the tractor beam on the UFOs, but in the form of a handheld item. On top of that, guys, since it's an item from Rick and Morty, it's possible we could see a Rick boss show up on the map, and he could either sell this item as an exotic or maybe drop it as a mythic. But speaking of bosses and brand new NPCs, there is one that we know is confirmed, and he has a very interesting exotic weapon. So according to Hypex, he says that within the files there are some things pointing towards Kymera being a new NPC on the map, and some of the info he says about that is that he will spawn at Coral Castle, or maybe the destroyed version of Coral Castle, since we know that that location is going to be updated fairly soon. However, he then goes into more detail, saying that it is actually going to be called the Vorian Scout, and a couple of the options after you start talking to the NPC are that he can be hired. He says you won't regret this, and you can also duel this character that says you'll regret this. Pretty funny dialogue, but yeah, you'll be able to get a purple tack shotgun from that. But the most interesting thing is that you can buy an exotic pulse rifle from this NPC. In fact, here are some of the exact stats about it. The price is going to be 500 gold, has less recoil than other rarities, and shoots 2 bullets per shot in a burst pattern pattern, which is by far the most interesting part about it, considering that the pulse rifle usually fires pretty slow, and the damage is pretty solid as well. Not as good as the mythic variant, but again, that 2 bullets per shot is pretty intriguing. But guys, we have got even more items to talk about here. This next one isn't really a weapon, but more specifically an item. It is what is called the gravity mobility item, or as it's codenamed in the files, Alpaca. Yeah, Alpaca. Now, first things first, this is exactly what the item looks like. We were able to see it within the trailer for the Battle Pass of Season 7, and it looks super cool. It looks like a very glitchy type item, if that makes sense. A bunch of cubes mashed together with like energy around it. It looks super cool, but as for how it works, it creates a no gravity field when you throw it. Now, it says no gravity, but I'm not sure if it'll actually be no gravity or low gravity where you can just jump really high. But apparently, it also launches you in the air if you keep jumping. And there's even tags for stuff like alpaca.jump, alpaca.recently jumped, in area gravity multiplier, things like that, all for this special item. So overall, it is going to be a very intriguing one to use, that is for sure. And then finally, guys, is an item that we don't know a lot about actually, but it is probably one of the coolest ones we've seen. I'm just calling it the Zap Gun because we were able to actually see it in the trailer, and would you guess it? It zaps enemy players. As you can see, it fires out a beam that seems to do a good amount of damage considering that they're eliminating a bunch of IO guards with it, but we've never seen an item like this, so I'm not sure how it's going to play out. Like, will it do a consistent amount of damage over time? Will it fire in bursts? Will it be able to overheat? Either way though, I expect this to maybe be just a normal item instead of an exotic or mythic, but overall it is going to be a ton of fun, that is for sure. But anyways guys, that is going to be it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications for more fun videos coming up in the very near future. On top of that, you can check out some of my previous videos, such as glitching inside of the mothership where we found a crazy secret. But again, I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you in the next one.